Today I'm thinking about Virgil Abloh, and a thought that crossed my mind I wanted to dig into was his daily routine. So I found this article on Balance the Grind. All um, copyright goes to them. I'm just going to read the article out and, learn with you guys. Virgil Abloh Daily Routine. Discover the habits and routines of 50 of the world's most successful people with our latest ebook. Alright. On daily routines, we profile successful leaders, entrepreneurs, artists, executives, and athletes to explore their routines, schedules, habits, and day in the life. In 2019, Virgil Abloh was officially ordered by his doctor to hit pause on his busy schedule. It was August after an overseas trip, and the designer slash artist, director slash DJ was feeling more tired than usual, so he paid a visit to the doctor's. Everything is fine, he told Vogue, but the doctor told me this pace that you've sort of pushed your body to fly all these miles, do all these different projects, is not good for your health. While this meant canceling a number of high-profile appearances for IKEA, Nike, and Vogue, it also freed him up for some everyday domestic pleasures like dropping his kids off at school. Abloh's family, his wife Shannon, and their two kids, Lo and Gray, play an important role in providing the designer with a solid foundation for his pursuits. I met Shannon early on, but I am the same person now as I was in high school. I like the consistency, he explains. Interesting. So he's been consistently from high school till his 40s. For me to chart this course in a creative whirlwind, you need a solid family life, a support system. It would not work if I was distracted. Very important. Distractions. I'm learning. You gotta build a extreme focus so that you limit your distractions. Okay. In a way, I feel like we're living through a modern renaissance. With the internet, a new generation of designers have the tools to create something great, and of course we're comparing our output to that of our idols. It wouldn't be a stretch by any means to give Abloh the title of the busiest man in the fashion industry. As a civil engineering graduate at Illinois Institute of Technology, Abloh was studying to get his Master of Architecture when he connected with a rising Kanye West, and it wasn't long before he was working on creative projects with the music star. I was like a young intern turned art director, he told Vogue, traveling around the world but always coming back to my day job. I sort of just managed to keep things moving. Kanye wasn't going to put his art form in the hands of an art department at the record label, he said in a GQ profile, so he was like, I'm going to hire you, and let's literally work on this 24/7 laptop in hand nonstop. That's Virgil's words. Laptop in hand, nonstop. So more than any title, I was just his assistant creatively. I'll give him my 2 cents right now. I'm consistently coming back to so many things that I want to do, and I can't choose one. And I think tapping into Virgil's like 24/7, obviously sleep, rest, but continuously growing and pushing the boundaries of any skill or art form I want to develop is very crucial, and it's not something you should limit yourself in, as you can see by Virgil. Since then, Abloh has ascended in the creative world, following an internship at Fendi in 2009 alongside West. Abloh has launched Off-White, an Italian luxury fashion label based in Milan, designed furniture for IKEA, worked with Japanese artist Takashi Murakami, and was named artistic director of Louis Vuitton menswear collection in 2018. He's also collaborated with brands like Evian, Vitra, Champion, Equinox, Jimmy Choo, Sunglasses Hut, McDonald's, and his work has been showcased in museums and galleries around the world, including the Museum of Contemporary Art Chicago, Gallery Creo in Paris, Gagosian, the Louvre. Oh, and he DJs too, hitting up spots in Ibiza, Monte Carlo, Bali, Glasgow, and Coachella on the regular. Virgil Abloh is an exceptionally busy man. On the day we meet for this photo shoot, he has flown into London directly from an event in New York with Jeff Koons, his luggage. Koons' Louis Vuitton collaboration in tow. Before he leaves, less than 20 hours later, he will be mobbed by fans at a magazine signing, receive the 2017 Fashion Award for Urban Luxury, and host a sticky-floored after-party at 180 Strand. He's leaving town at 7 a.m. and heading straight to Miami's Art Basel, where his itinerary includes launching a t-shirt collaboration with Jenny Holzer, playing Seven Aside with Skepta, and performing on stage with Drake. He is nothing if not prolific. Producing much fruit or offspring, prolific. The bulk of his work is done on the go. Instead of an office This is what Alex Hormozy talks about. He says, I don't care about your routine. I don't care about where you do. If you can't get to the point where you can do your work focused, no matter the circumstances, then you're not on my level. That's what Alex says. The bulk of his work is done on the go. Instead of an office with a computer, Abloh operates almost entirely using his phone, with separate WhatsApp groups for each project he's working on. It removes you from being plugged into an ironically corporate desk-like space, he explained to Mr. Porter. All of a sudden, everywhere is an office. If I have a fully charged phone, I can do anything. I literally have no desk in the world. I work on the street, phone in hand, he told the New York Times. That's the mindset of an artist, though. Like, your life is what you work on. And I don't think that that's inherently wrong. I've occasionally been stuck at the corner of Prince and Mercer Streets in Manhattan, not even realizing I've been standing there for 20 minutes responding to messages. Locked in, tapped in, focused, present. Fueled in part by his desires to legitimize his streetwear roots to a historically closed-off fashion industry, as well as by his model Michael Jordan. When you're watching Jordan, you sort of believe anything's possible. Abloh has worked nonstop for over the past decade to reach his goal, when in 2019 contemplated a slower life on the horizon. I'm sort of in this middle phase where I'm pondering becoming more content sitting on a couch, he told Vogue. As a workaholic, that's the central conundrum. I'm sort of absorbing these milestones in my career, but I'm also welcoming the idea that, yeah, maybe I don't travel so much, maybe I don't take on so many projects, maybe I spend more time at home with my kids. Now that I see what my trajectory is, who knows? I might be open to being boring. From that perspective, the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent lockdown came at the right time for Abloh to slow down. In a 2020 interview with Vogue, described his new daily routine, which involved hanging up new artwork and building a new workspace and recording studio. Sick. Artwork, workspace, recording studio, all where he can live, creating that kind of environment where everything that you do is right by your bedside. I sound like the YouTube channel owner of Creative Minds as I speak. I'm kind of hitting those inflections. The British, I don't know his name, but I love his videos. Getting groceries seems more important than buying a new garment that I already have 30 of in the closet. I don't think of that as a bad thing, he said. I'm also trying to find some solitude. You hear about these things, wellness, well-being, meditating. That's something I need to learn. That's interesting. So all this time he hasn't really focused on those things. That's something I need to learn. And to me, that those are things that I don't think I could live without. And on my journey of creating, I don't think I would make it as far as Virgil, or maybe I could, without focusing on those things. I guess sometimes that might be what it requires, but not for me. I see the value in wellness and meditation and things like that, so I wouldn't let that go. I'm relishing the idea of not having to do something all the time, but that's a trait I have to learn. I'm not wired that way. Okay, so you can learn a lot with that. He's always doing something. He's wired that way. Yeah. So, as thinking about his daily routine, it's not structured really. It's not specific. But you learn that he was always working on something. So he was always focused on growing. And to a certain extent, that's what it takes. And I guess like being an architecture student as well would give you the benefit of being in that zone because they have a lot of work to do. He also he got a master's in architecture, not just a doctorate. I don't know if that's even valuable these days to just have a doctorate, but yeah. I kind of wish, I'll end this video. I kind of wish articles like that were more specific. Like, don't title it daily routine and not give me like he wakes up at this time, he goes to bed at this time. Find a different name. I feel like market that better, be truthful, but no shade. A little bit of shade, but yeah.